Hello, and welcome to the morning meeting, Building JM.
Welcome.
My name, how did I start it yesterday or last one? My name's Jimmy, and I'm the founder of Jomboy Media. Stupid. What do you think about the name the Washington Freedom for a sports team that plays in Washington, D.C.?
Fine.
Okay, that's the new cricket team name.
Nice.
The Freedom.
I mean, the Freedom isn't D.C., in my opinion.
Well,
Freedom is
what's the capital of the
New
U.S.?
York City, which was the capital.
What? Yeah. Philadelphia was the capital, too.
Yeah, but
Washington, D.C. is the capital.
right.
And then their team name is now the Freedom.
Hence why I'm fine.
But they have a lot of foreigners coming and playing. I feel like that's...
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that name. The logo is pretty decent. And then I was talking to my buddy Nate, who is big in the cricket world and is like helping come up with team names and all that. And I was like, I don't know. And then he said, well, it's pretty good compared to all the other names for the teams in that area. Bullets, Wizards, Nationals is like the best.
What's the Bullets?
Well, the basketball team was the Bullets, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then it was the Wizards. Wizards is awful.
It's not a great... It sounds like a middle school basketball team name.
Yeah. DC United. Hi, Matt. How are you?
Good. How are you?
How was your commute? We're talking, who's an amp? We got to say hi to people.
I ran through the commute. Tell you that much.
You did?
8:11 ETA on a 16-minute drive, 8:07 arrival. Kidding me?
You cut off 5 minutes?
Of a 16-minute ETA.
That's crazy.
I took a different road than what it said.
Shit, that's nuts. Welcome to the morning meeting. We have some topics to talk about. What did I text you? I tweeted out some of them as well, but I texted you that, BB3 wrap up, top shows of the week, Codenames update. You're pitching a concept for JM Entertainment?
It's just more of a conversation.
All right, not a pitch. Eddie and Friends, that's what's happening today in the warehouse. And in 6 minutes, an article gets released with a fun announcement. Whenever that happens, I'll probably just read the article because I don't know how they're going to write it.
We'll read the article at 8:40.
Yeah. BB3 went well. Blitzball Battle 3. Fayao asked me, like, hey, I don't give anything away, but I know the logistics were crazy. Like, how'd it go? And I said, it was good. I think logistically, and I wasn't part of the whole thing, but it was pretty flawless, right?
Very flawless.
I think we decided that 5 days is too long and we don't need to do that many days in the future. I'm glad we tried it and learned that.
Sure.
It was just kind of long. And when it's like a tighter 3-day or 4-day thing, it just feels a little more bow-tied.
Yes.
A little more like you stay in that world where 5 days you kind of start leaking out to like we have to get real life stuff done and people have to get work done in between shoots where it's easier and more fun, like one inning league when it's 3 days or floorball when it's like, no, this is all that matters for 3 days. Can't do that for 5. So I think we learned that. We gave a lot of time in between games and we had hard start times, like games at 9, 11, 2, and 4. That's different than before when we would just, the game would end and then we would say, all right, next game at, and we just say a time. And then that would be like a whisper campaign. So I think it was better to have people just, they could go like sit on the couch or upstairs and just like take off for like mentally and then come back. So it was good. And then you and Zach did the pregame and postgame, which was the toughest logistics, but that worked out.
It did work out. And Dan afterwards said, first tournament where there's been no stoppages for a technical problem and that he was proud of that. And I agree that he should be.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, that was really nice. The other thing was, for the championship game, I recorded the comms
right.
from all the crew up in the loft, and I have to get those to you today. I'm going to edit it, and I set up 3 cameras filming the crew up there, and I'm going to edit it together and post after the championship, like not the full game, but I think the full last 2 half innings from the booth's perspective so you can hear them, and it is really cool to see. So I've been watching it. I synced the 3 cameras together. I watched them, but I don't have the good audio, but you can still hear.
Have you listened?
Yeah.
Do you hear the jokes?
No, I don't hear a lot of jokes. I hear a lot of just prizemen. Ready, camera 3?
Yeah.
Go to camera 3. And ready, camera 8. Oh, what a shot. Go to camera 8. Okay, get the replay ready.
Yeah.
And it's well oiled. Like,
oh yeah, that's obviously 90% of it, but there are sometimes that it gets a little jokey on there.
I think they said they weren't gonna. They knew they were being recorded, so they go, we won't trash talk as much. And I was like, well, don't be mean. Don't be mean personally, but you can talk about the game.
Yeah. So like it's 85% ready camera 3 technical stuff, 10% jokes, and 5% trash talk.
Yeah, I was super proud of it that we are operating that way. And then when it ended and they said, all right, that's a wrap on Blitzball Battle 3, and everyone like clapped for the crew up there, and then like John and Jolly were the stats department, and they like give each other a hug when it's over, like great job.
Right.
Ronnie and Prizeman clap for everyone, and then like John makes the rounds and celebrates with everyone, and then Moylan makes the rounds and says good job to everybody, and I was like, well, fuck, this is like really good vibes up there. I was really proud to see how fluid and how much people were enjoying it up there.
Right.
Also, well, I can't talk about spoilers and stuff, but what I was going to say might lend to spoilers, so I'm not going to say it. But it was cool. So I'm excited to release that. And then just on the whole, it comes out May 1st. They're already got episode 1 finishing today.
Yeah, supposed
that
to
was
finish
the goal.
today.
Is do the post edit schedule was get episode 1 completely done, like 100%. We could post it right now because in that process we build the template for editing. And okay, this camera always needs to be scaled into 150. This camera is never used for replay. We like learn kind of about that, and then they'll start doing it piecemeal or assembly line. Like the audio for 2, 3, and 4 are done, but not the replays and blah 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 blah.
Right.
So I'm excited about that. Tom A says JJR is back is my hope guess, but I did say that like last episode. It is going to be back in a way. In a Jomboy Jig Radio will be back soon in a new format that we haven't done before. Kind of like 30 minutes, trending topics, make some jokes, have some fun, bring some guests in, like in-house guests like Canobio, Joez, Paxton, all that stuff.
Do you think it's scheduled for 8:40?
That's what I was told. But I don't know where to check. Twitter?
Can you just refresh that site? Is that done? Or go to his Twitter?
Searching on the internet. Edwin Diaz got hurt. That was sad, huh?
Oh, yeah.
This article is titled Aaron Judge's Secret Goals. So I don't know what that is. This guy interviewed me yesterday for Cracked.
Are you Cracked?
Do you know what Cracked is?
No. Sorry.
Like a comedy magazine.
Right.
I don't know when that's going to come out, but they're doing like a little profile on me for that. It's a fun interview. My schedule was
you know what I wanted to
yesterday.
listen to? Not to not talk about your schedule, but I wanted to listen to Coach Ball Game with Peter.
Oh, I haven't listened to that yet either.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for that. Well, I don't know.
Well, we can just keep talking about other topics until we happen to see it.
Yeah. I got to find this. It's 8:42 now. Come on now. I don't know I don't know where the link would be. Whoa.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was open to new tabs. There's a guy. Jake got upset because the new Twitter's just showing him death and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, you're on the For You section.
Yeah, I know, but
I
thought death wasn't allowed.
I switched over as soon as I like it doesn't put me on that section anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just always in, like, I'm glad they changed that. I'm always in following, but it's awful.
really bad.
Jake's app wasn't updated, so he can't swipe between For You and following. But, yeah, that would sucked. What did someone say about Cracked? Mad Magazine? I don't know. Game Show Network hired y'all to make a variety game show. That would be cool. I don't think it would work. I think we'd just do it ourselves.
Spoilers, not the announcement.
That's not the announcement. I was just reading the chat. Should I just go to top videos of the week first, and by the time I'm done with that, and we'll see if it's been out yet? Here's the content report for the week of February.
Jake's here.
Yeah, Jake's down there. February 6th. Top podcast. Who are the most underrated players in MLB? Talkin baseball. Second most top podcast. Predicting who will be traded during the season. Just got a text from our PR guy. I'll share with you guys as soon as it's released. Okay. Thumbs up. Talkin Yanks, third most listened to downloaded podcast. Their spring training roster episode. That was a fun one. That was a silly one. Hey, we just did the Talkin Yanks. We just did our over-under episode with Joez McFly. 6th annual.
That's pretty nuts.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Because we did it, the first time we ever did it was the first time Jake and I ever talked to Joez was 2016. No, 2018.
2018.
Yeah. Someone in the chat says, it's out. It's out. But I don't know.
Where'd you see it? Also, shout out to 80 people being in here. I don't know if we've ever had 80.
Oh, here it is.
Oh.
All right. Article's out. Let's read it. I'm trying to... Oh, wait. I think messages on my... I got texted the article.
Now it's going to have to update. Oh, no. Nice.
Got it.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Article out. Yankees manager Aaron Boone joining Jomboy Media. That's a hilarious headline.
I don't know if that's the right headline.
I guess that's a headline you could use.
Jesus Christ.
I would have never phrased it like that.
That's an interesting way to phrase that. But technically true.
Technically true. Headlines are all right, so yeah, I wouldn't have phrased it like that, but that's funny. All right, this is by Andrew Marchand. Aaron Boone is becoming a podcaster this season, the Yankees manager told the Post. I don't know if that's true. It is true.
He might have said that as a joke.
The manager of the Yankees traditionally has a once-a-week paid spot on either the radio flagship of the team, WFAN, or ESPN. But in a sign of changing landscape of sports media, Boone is joining Jomboy Media, for which he will appear once a week for his 15 to 20-minute segment with the founders, Jimmy O'Brien and Jake Storelli, on their popular podcast, Talkin Yanks. That's true.
That's true.
We get the exclusive managers report. Isn't going to be on the Fan or ESPN this year. It's going to be on Talkin Yanks. Once a week, we get to chat with Boone, ask him questions, and all of that. To sum that up in the headline, he's joining Jomboy Media is really funny. But it's not true. Well, let's see Boone's quotes. My agents brought it up to me. Would you be open to something like this year? And I was like, because it's a little outside the box, not your typical having your radio shot every week. That's kind of gone. Not your typical having your radio shot every week. That's kind of gone on certainly here for a long time. Yeah, it is like a staple. I thought it was a really interesting opportunity and a cool idea. These guys have been innovators in this business, and they've built a massive young following. I think Jimmy and Jake are both really good guys. Thanks, Booney. And they're passionate about what they do, and they love the Yankees, and sometimes they're a little misguided, and it's my chance to set the record straight every now and then.
He loves that.
I love that. That's what he said to us when we got on the call.
Same thing.
Same sentence, exactly. And I said, I love that. Like, we can't know we're wrong unless you tell us why we're wrong. Like we can only know what you give us. And I said, and sometimes I'm going to tell you you're misguided. And that's the conversations I want to have.
Yeah. When you saw him, he said that they're not resting. Like he thinks that's the A lineup, right? Oh. Against good pitching.
Yeah. That was the conversation he brought back up about Manoah and started like the bench lefties against Manoah. And I was like, well, you're not going to do that in the postseason. You're going to start your best players against good righties. And he was like, no. And we talked about that again on this Zoom when we were talking about this deal. Boone's first appearance on Talkin Yanks is scheduled for Sunday, March 26th. The plan is for Boone, who will appear over Zoom. Well, that's a scary picture of us. To mostly be on Tuesdays throughout the season. Okay, here's my quote. This is fun because I just talk on the phone, and then you see what you say written down, and you're like, oh, shit, how's that come off on paper? It's going to be really fun, and it kind of goes with the changing landscape of media, said O'Brien, who is nicknamed Jomboy. The fact that two fans can create a show and in 5 years get to the point where they get to ask questions to the manager of the Yankees and bring whatever insight we can get out of that to our audience, it's pretty wild, a little surreal. Yeah. Sounds like how I said it. Even without the funding, Brian said Talkin Yanks probably could have afforded Boone because of the audience it has developed. Boone already has helped them get their perch in sports media. One of O'Brien's skills is amplifying the sound of TV and breaking down moments in which has brought him a lot of acclaim when he magnified Boone's famous Savages in the Box rant. That blew up and went viral. Boone said they've kind of just created this monster, and now they will have Yankees manager as part of their lineup. Yeah, so that's the announcement. That's cool. It's always cool to see the response from our audience on these things. So
this has been fun to read.
The
I don't
chat,
think you've been reading it. But.
No, I haven't gone down it yet. No, I mean, when we did the Yes deal, we had known about that for like a year. No, 6 months last year. And so when it got announced, I don't know. I just remember the response. I was like not mentally prepared for that response from our people and how nice it was. And I prepped myself a little today. I was like, oh, people are going to text and say nice things like Fuzzy just texted.
What'd Fuzzy say?
He sent me and sometimes they're a little misguided. And he said, Jimmy tweets about IKF. It's funny.
The headline is so funny.
The headline's really funny. I did not think that was going to be a headline. Yeah, so I'm excited. I mean, to be like super honest, how this went down, maybe the quickest deal like this we've done where they reached out to us. I think it was right before we left for Jake's wedding. Or maybe vacation. They reached out to us and was like, are you interested in this? And the first conversation with Jake was like, oh, shit. If we do this, we have to take it serious in a way.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he's doing it with us and also doing it with ESPN and WFN. Like this is his one exclusive long-form conversational chat. You know, he does the pre and post game on Yes Network, but those are ask a question, get an answer, and he's much more in media mode or like press conference mode. I was like, we gotta do this like correctly. It can't be like, what was it like when you got called up? Yeah, because that's what you do when you have a guy on the podcast, and it's like you just talk to him once, and you're not talking about specific things. You're just like asking about his career in general. So I was like, hey, Jake, if we do this, we have to kind of like do it right, be locked in, and ask like, you know, can we stay our tone? I was pretty negative on a lot of aspects of the Yankees last year. We were like, yeah, I think we can walk that line pretty fine. And have conversations and when we disagree. So that was the one thing I said, before we move further with conversations, I want to get on the phone with Boone and with his manager and like make sure everyone understands Jake and I are diehard fans, not just radio hosts in the city.
Yep.
We actually have our stupid emotional fandoms tied to this, and if you come on the show and you win 2 series in a row, you're going to walk into applause. Like Cole goes off the mound after a win and the stadium cheers. I said, but if you come on the show and you guys just got swept twice, like you're going to come to what the hell's going on. Yeah. And this stinks. And we can't not be that way. Like this can't turn us into bipartisan journalism. It's like you have to understand this is different because you're talking to 2 fans who, right or wrong, are emotionally invested in the team, and that leads to a lot of wrong. Yeah. Wrong cockiness or wrong everything's falling apart. And Boone said, no, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to have conversations. And I said, great, I'd love to have conversations where we disagree because it's going to be much more educational and interesting. So I think we'll ride the line of silliness, but also make sure we can ask questions in a way that isn't go against who we are.
And somebody in the chat said that they have to believe there's a long list of no-go topics.
No. Boone said nothing. And he said, I don't want to be prepped with questions. And his ability to give non-answers or spin out of a question is very, very high. So I don't think he cares. But no, he did not give us a list of no-go questions at all. And he actually said, because we don't know how it works. Like I don't know how it works when he would go on the Fan or ESPN. Like it's like, do you have topics that you like need to be aware we're going to ask about? And he's like, no, I'd rather not. I'd rather it just be a conversation. All right, cool. You just got to find a way to like jokingly be it. Like, hey, when you're making the lineup and you start with the leadoff guy, if just a little bit of you thinks maybe we try someone else, think of me. Nodding behind you saying, yeah, do it, Booney, try someone else. I think that's how we deliver it. That makes sense? So I don't know. I'm very excited. I'm a little nervous. I'm like, hopefully we're going to get it from both ways. Like this is going to lead to, no, we're not going to get it both ways here. We're going to get it from like you sold out or like, oh, well, he's your best friend now, so you're not going to like fucking say anything bad about him. Yeah. Oh, it's so easy. Like that's what we're going to get from people who just want to say that. And hopefully we can ride that line and like push back on areas where we disagree with. I thought we did a good job on Talking Baseball when we interviewed the rules committee. Right. Of having a very friendly conversation where I told him there's new rules that I am excited about and agree with. And I also told him that the 3-batter minimum is a failure. And it does the exact opposite of what like they devised it to do for Yankees games. And I don't think I said it in a rude way, but people were happy that I voiced like my real opinion there. So I think we're fine. Yeah. I'm excited.
Nashwave asked if they're going to be live or recorded.
They're going to not be live. Nothing we're going to do. Well, the series recaps will be live for Talkin' Yanks, but they'll be recorded, I think, like Tuesdays at 11 or 12, and then posted as soon as we can flip them. Live stinks. Like, what if he's got bad Zoom connection? What if we got bad Zoom connection? What if we lose the audience? Then we lose those views. So, and it's so much stress. I've kind of gone over that with all our shows. Just so much stress for not much added gain. So it's not going to be live, but it's going to be up as soon as we can flip it. And I think we'll have someone listening to the Zoom that will like tweet some quotes, like covering it on socials. Yeah. To get like, if he says anything like really good. And that way we get it first before other people spin it or are listening live and grab it. I'm excited. We'll see. I have no idea where it's going to go or what the like routine is going to be. Jake and I have thought of like some funny ideas, notes that we would have to build up a comfort of like silliness to get to. But I think I've told BBD like 3, like, hey, put this down by like trade deadline. I want to kind of do this gag or do this joke or whatever. So right. But yeah, hopefully it's more conversational, like more like I can ask a question like, hey, how come he's in the 5-hole? Like, is there any way he's going to wiggle out of the 5-hole? Yep. And then it's instead of Boone just giving his one answer, like in press conferences with or scrums, each reporter gets a question. You don't really get a follow up. You ask your question. Boone answers it, and then the next person answers. Where me and Jay, now we can say, wait, hold up. But, his number, and have an actual conversation. So yeah, excited about that. That's cool.
It's crazy.
It's crazy that they said Yankees manager joining Jomboy Media.
I think I might title this episode that. Do you think he's coming to the office at any point?
Maybe. I don't even know. We're so busy that like we have to be able to handle that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that we're going to find a regular cadence this season anyway with players coming.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess so. Like, Jake and I were like, we should go down to Tampa for the first recording of this. But I'm like, no, we can't. I was like, Jake, no. I'm like, no, it's not. We're too busy. I'm like ground down to pulp right now. So we didn't do that. That's the announcement. If there's any other questions, I can look at the chat, or I'll have Maddie look at the chat and ponder them. But that's that. Kind of exciting. We have to record the first one and put it out. We thought we were going to do that.
This Sunday?
Yeah. Yeah. We're not recording it Sunday. We're recording it earlier than that.
Do you know what you're going to ask him?
No. Because someone gets hurt every day.
Yeah. I guess that's the other question is, how much do you and Jake, are you guys going to prepare beforehand?
Yeah, I think we have to.
Yeah.
I think, like, that's why I said, like, I don't want to just, how about this? How about that? Like, I want to have BBD and have us, like, we give it to him in, like, bullet points, like, during the week of, like, hey, I want to ask Boone about that specific situation. And then you probably chart them as it gets closer to, like, when we actually talk to him to what's more pertinent, not pertinent. But I want it to be a little more nuanced than, like, what's the injury update? Because, like, Meredith gets that info for us, and we have that. But, like, they're not doing the shift anymore. Something I would have loved to ask last year is, when you shift on batters, are you doing it based on just the batter's numbers or the pitcher's numbers? Because you're shifting on lefties, and then Clay Holmes is throwing 100-mile-per-hour sinkers that the only thing that batter can do is hit it weakly to the oppo side.
Yeah.
And you're shifting your guys away from. That was a problem I thought they had all year. Like, do you shift to the batter, or do you shift to the pitcher, or is it a mix? Like, but the shift's gone, so that's not even worth asking now.
Right.
But that's something that I would have
bulleted.
And that's a little more nuanced than, like, is Judge banged up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's smart. Yeah.
So that's, oh my God, this one Red Sox fan, I called the Red Sox plan list because I have like 10 Red Sox friends that I asked them their thoughts, and he told me, like, yeah, their offseason was kind of planless. Like, they wanted to get this guy, didn't get him, so then they just pivoted. And there's one dude on Twitter, anytime one of these Yoshida or Chang does something good, he just goes planless and tags me, so I'm going to mute him because that's annoying.
Yoshida just hit a home run.
Yeah, but it's just like, oh my God, it's not my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Like, so many people are saying that, not just me. But he is just all over it, so you're not going to see those tweets anymore. All right, that's Boone.
Nice. Welcome to the family, Boone.
I think it'll be part of the episode, like in the midweek episode, we've done Sharp Stats, Katie Sharp, topics, and we were always guessing the lineup, which led to, like, construction. I think it'll be Boone and Sharp Stats as the episode now.
Okay.
And then the best of will go on Yes Network still.
How does Sharp Stats work? Are you going to record that way in advance then, and then just...
Yeah, we'll probably have that recorded first, then Boone, and then flip it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. So, Boone needs a few tie-dyed hoodies. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Get them in the merch.
I do wonder, like, for the industry, what this means for sports and radio and all that. Like, Rogers has his weekly on McAfee, and obviously that's football and McAfee and Rogers and quarterback and, like, huge, and they did crazy numbers yesterday. So I'm not comparing the scale of this to that in any way, but just the concept of those weekly spots have typically gone to terrestrial radio. Like Eli, when he was the quarterback of the Giants, had his weekly spot.
Right.
So what does this mean? It's a big market. Like the terrestrial radio in New York is a big market. So it's kind of crazy to have it switch to a podcast.
Have you talked to any of the people that have been doing it in the past?
Yes. Yeah. I called Kay 2 nights ago. I was waiting till it was signed.
Right.
To let him know, give him the heads up. Didn't want him to find out from like the tweet.
Twitter, yeah.
And then ask if he had any advice, because he's obviously been doing it, and he's been so exceptionally like kind, nice, and helpful to us since 2019, since like early on. So yeah, I called him and asked him, and he said kind of what I just said. He said Boone can get out of any question or can give you what he wants from any question. So ask him exactly what you want to ask him, because he's not going to get offended. He's just going to maybe not give you an answer, but he's good at that. So that was kind of his advice. But yeah, I talked to him, and he was very happy for us, and like was like, that's awesome. So it was cool. Kay's been nothing but like very nice to us. So I'm glad I was able to do that. What's that mean for your billboard? A new Boone quote every week? We did just submit the billboard idea, and it is different.
I like next year's.
Next year's just all of his quotes?
Mm-mm.
You like this one that's coming up?
No. Next year, I heard another idea.
Oh.
You came up with it, so you know what it is, but...
What is it?
In the suits.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we can do that because one of them died tragically.
It doesn't have to be them.
Okay. Well,
just,
yeah.
Like that.
My idea was us and Jake dressed as Celino and Barnes, because they're always on that billboard. Like, they've always been on that billboard. Like, male pattern balding and yeah, just like a fake Celino and Barnes billboard. If we keep getting that billboard spot, we're going to get a little more silly with it.
Injured? Listen to Talkin' Yanks.
Yeah. Well, that's fun. Should have done that. My dad liked the idea of who's the real MVP and Judge's stats and Jake's stats.
That's very funny.
And I thought that was funny too.
Do you think, like, if you were to do that, which we're not.
Yeah, it's not that.
Do you think Judge would see that / like, would it get back to us, his comment? Or do you think he just ignores that?
He'd have to drive under it every day, which is hilarious.
Yeah, so he'll see it, but...
He'll see it. I don't know. He doesn't really reach out. Maybe he's got the contract now and he'll, like, be more... I don't know.
Yeah.
His wife said they watch the stuff and like it.
Right.
Fayal said, so we're not doing mundane quotes this year. No, we kind of are. That's kind of what it is.
Kind of.
I mean, some of them are not real quotes. Some of them are real quotes. I think that's the caveat.
Yeah, it's not real.
It's funny. Okay, I can go back to top videos.
Yeah, back to normal.
Look at this Baseball Today chart down here. Baseball Today, Rose and Plouffe. Just the chart of growth month over month. Average view is...
That's awesome.
Up, up, up. Like how you would want a chart to go. Really cool. Most viewed videos. Things you missed, number 1. Weekly Dumb, number 2. Stats that exist, number 3. Warehouse games, number 4 and 5. Still not the best numbers, February 6th, but well, those will get up. See this? The training videos averaged 200,000 views per video. Warehouse training sessions.
That's what we made them for.
Yeah.
That is just when you think of the title before the video. That's what happens.
Yeah. Average views by JM baseball content. You got Ref Guess and MLB Connect. Jolly just killing it. And then what's the third one there? Shit. God damn it. Higher, lower. There was only like one of those, though. Baseball Today is up there. And then this is a nice pivot, Maddie. This is the JM Entertainment views to video ratio by series. So the content we did on the farm.
Okay.
Not that many videos, but really high average views.
Yeah.
Me, Joez, and Nikki picking apples got 20,000 views, which is silly. And then the next one is Codenames. Tournament 1 did really well. And that was one update I have, because I don't think we said that in the morning, that we got all Codenames tournament footage back. Did we update them here?
I don't know. We got all the Codenames.
The hard drive people recovered all of it.
And more.
And stuff we didn't know was on there. But, so that's exciting. And then we're filming another Codenames next week.
With big guests.
Yeah, with some big guests.
Big YouTube guests.
Yeah. So that's crazy.
So I don't want to necessarily spoil who the guest is until next week, but I didn't react because I don't watch his content, but some of the people in the office were like, holy cow.
The internet's an interesting world where you can be completely unknown or also just like so popular.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. Mine and Jake's role in that is very fun.
Yeah.
Take a gummy and critique people's board game playing.
Yes.
I
just can't wait to do it for another board game.
How are the episodes from the other tournament? When do they get released? The ones that got lost.
2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now. I think it's 2.5 weeks from today. They'll start getting released.
I'm excited for that. Some wild moments, if I remember correctly. Especially the early episodes.
Oh. Some of those videos not going to make the minute threshold.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That's all the stats. So what's the new JM Entertainment idea you're kicking around or you want to have a conversation about?
Luke and I stumbled late last night into this conversation, and Zach was there as well. So it was a 3-way convo. And completely unintentional, because Luke and I were just kind of talking a little YouTube more so in general, and then kind of windled our way down to JM Entertainment. But the thought is, and it's opposite of what we're currently doing. So this is why it's more so a conversation than a pitch. What if we focused on quality well over quantity?
Well, that's a little bit like I've been saying.
Sure, but
in a way.
Yes, but we switch up and instead go to a video every other week that's high production value, and like we know that the title and thumbnail are going to be what's expected on like large scale YouTube, so that there's a more of a mass appeal than, and you don't have to know the personalities to think the idea is cool. That's the overarching thought. So instead of everybody, I got to make virtually a video a week, Paxton has to make a video a week, this and that, the idea is, rather than just trying to pump videos that are, you have to know the personalities and they just don't feel high end. Instead, you say, okay, rather than a video a week, you're in charge of a video every 2 months. Make it the best video you've ever made, like something you're proud of. And I think that's why you see like We Got Ice videos do really well, Jolly videos do well, because they like every cut they're thinking about, and like this has to be perfect. Like I care so much.
I fully agree with that, and I kind of been saying like once we get into the Codenames realm, that because the production is really big on that, and it's a kind of a big lift, that then after that we should stop the regular wheel as often as we are.
We said the same.
Yeah. So like I fully agree with that. I do think that some of those are great spots for guests.
Yes.
So when we have players in,
that's a good point.
You keep that whatever you want to call the whip around shows where, you know, the blind taste test where like you have 5 people and everyone's doing it. Like I just don't. We should not force those once a week because it comes off as like you just doing this to keep it going. I think as we were starting that channel and trying to keep it steady, like it was okay that we were doing it. But once we get into quality, you kind of have to level out the quality so there's a tone that gets matched everywhere.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, but I wouldn't kill those concepts. I would save them for when we have guests. Like if there's not guests involved in the blind taste test, then there's no point in making one.
Yes.
Same with those other things.
Okay.
Also, yeah, if you have a good idea, like save it to make it good. Like the science fair stuff, I don't think did really well. And also we didn't like.
Believe that we lost the chat, but.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're back.
The science fair videos, I don't know if they did well. They're funny. There's really funny moments in them, but like they featured on mic people and they were just kind of in the conference room, which I don't want to do anymore.
Okay. Do you want to hear the idea I came up with and Luke likes?
Yeah.
This is like what I want videos on that channel. And we're talking the non-guest ones, the like we took time on this.
So which ones have we liked first? That's already that we've done. Yeah, all the farm content was good. Well, we could have combined 3 into 1, but the maze was good. The apple picking was good. I mean, that's kind of like a nothing video, but the people in it, like we made it funny.
Sure.
It's not a headline video.
No.
But somehow it did get really well clicks. Because what did we make the title? Like, we found the best apple ever? It's kind of a good headline.
And it has the YouTube thumbnail with the 1 star, 5 stars.
Oh, nice.
We tried with New York City shopping. Didn't perform.
No, but did any of those do good? The gingerbread house? No.
They all went around 10 to 13K.
All got published in the worst time to publish videos, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my thought is like creator A has 2 months to make a video. Mm-hmm. So just use Jake as an example here.
Yeah.
Because that's the example I came up with. I made the world's longest layup. Or, alternative title, can I dribble a basketball the entire distance of Manhattan without stopping?
Oh, my God.
Just listen to this idea.
Go pitch that. Who are you going to pitch that to, Joez?
No, Joez is the last defender. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
You and Jake at the bottom of Manhattan.
Yeah.
Very tip of the bottom.
Yeah.
You inbound the ball.
Yeah.
And he starts. And he just dribbles up until the Bronx. And
how long would that take?
I don't know. I didn't think about that. But just imagine. There's a net there. And Joez is the last defender. And Jake's coming up 120 blocks later.
Oh, my
God. And Joez is waiting.
And all of a sudden you're playing
Jake
defense?
has to make it. Yeah. And then 70 blocks in, we throw Canobio. Jake doesn't even know. It's a surprise. Canobio pops out as a defender.
What if you throw someone like you put like the same jersey as Jake on a stranger and he can use them as an outlet to get around Joez?
Nicky's walking the whole thing in the ref uniform going like this. How funny is that?
That's funny, but I think it's a long-ass walk.
No, it's like 3 hours. That's not that bad.
3 hours? Oh, my God. It's not that bad, I guess, but it's long. What is it? The battery... You want to go battery to where? Like
120.
No, that's not even. That's not Manhattan. You got to go like to like 180 or whatever.
Just go to Yankee Stadium. We finish at Yankee Stadium.
3 hours, 27-minute walk. But
That's
if you want to go to like the George Washington Bridge or to the Inwood Park, like the tip.
But isn't that the Bronx? We're just talking Manhattan.
No, Inwood's the Yankee Stadium is the Bronx. Inwood is Manhattan. 4.5 hours, the whole length of Manhattan. But they're kind of like going on a... Yeah, so pitch that to someone.
That's funny, right?
I mean, it's...
So I think like just creating videos like that.
The concept of creating concept videos that take a little more time but are more intriguing and can be executed on a heavier way. It's definitely better than just like.
Luke said it best, I think. Right now, we're posting 5 videos that will get 20 to 25,000 views, which is not sellable. But instead, over a 2-week span, if we published 1 video that we think would get at least 25,000 views, that's not only sellable, but just elevates the level of content. So it's the same number of views.
You're doing it more like the Warehouse Games channel, which is when we have a big event, tournament, you're going to get a bunch of videos in a row. That's a condensed series like One Inning League Roulette or Blitzball Battle 3. And then in between those cracks, we're going to fill it with headline first videos. Can we throw this curveball around this wall? Can we hit a 100-mile-per-hour pitch? Now, there's a theme there because it's all warehouse-based stuff. And like coming up, we're going to do the ball and play training sessions, which I don't know what the thumbnails are there. But there's a theme. So for the only thing is, we don't want it to limit our creators' ability to create. We just want them to mold their brains into more like, think of like, good video, like a concept videos.
Yes. But I just think that channel looks so much better if once a month we have Codenames, and then there's 2 other banger videos.
Well, what about my idea for that I pitched at the holiday party?
Yeah, that's fine.
It could also, that could just be a one-off video, or it can be a 5 series. You just got to prep it.
Yeah.
But we could take our time with that.
And that's also one of those where it's I don't necessarily want to make these comparisons all the time, but it's like Tommy Smokes arresting his coworker. There's like a pranking my coworker, but it's well thought out.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'd like that idea. We just have to explain it best to everyone else because we still want it to be a place where people can come up with ideas.
Yes.
We just want them to come up with bigger ideas, I guess, or whatever, Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Like the boxing combine is going to be on JM Entertainment.
Yeah, and I even thought the football combine was fun.
Yeah, still plays.
Yeah, I like that. What about Jake and Nikki's show? Does that play on there?
With this mentality? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Wake and Jake? Like,
yeah, I'm not sure. I would have to think about that. But once we go into Codenames, and we want to do Codenames for other board games. Like, I want to, rent. I still want to rent a bar game. Foosball, shuffleboard. Shuffleboard probably the most fun because it's, rent it. But turn the whole Stream Lounge into a bar set. So you have, it looks like you're in a little, dingy bar.
Right.
And then host a shuffleboard tournament. That's a video. But one video.
Yeah, and it plays. Can you Google something for me real quick?
Maybe let up a light smoke bomb so there's just smoke everywhere. Yeah. You want me to Google haze?
No. Can you Google how many McDonald's are in Manhattan?
It's got to be a lot. How many do you think?
50? Think that's too low? Probably too low.
I think that's too low.
100?
There's 3 Dunkin' Donuts on our block.
Only 1 McDonald's.
So there's 200 blocks in Manhattan. I would say there's a McDonald's every 15. What's that math?
200 divided by 15?
Yeah.
About 12 to 13.
And then that's only if there was, you have the avenues. Yeah. So times that by
5.
I was going to say 4.
So we're looking at 45 to 60.
Okay. I'm Googling it. How many McDonald's locations are in Manhattan? This was asked in 2017. This says, I think there were around 83 when Super Size Me was released.
I tried 1 French fry from every McDonald's in Manhattan. What do you think of that?
I like that. What if
I
kidnapped my Uber Eats driver? What do you think about that?
Don't hate it.
Okay. I don't like that one.
But you
Seems
rank
messy.
you rank the whole McDonald's based on one French fry.
Oh,
that's you have a tier. Oh, the McDonald's on 20th. Kidding me?
You think you could go and just say, "Can I get one fry?"
No, you have to buy a small fry.
It's funnier if can I get one fry, and then you see. Then it's very much based on the employee if they're going to give you a good one or a bad one or give you one at all.
Yeah, that's funny.
Maybe you judge fast food restaurants by that. I asked for one fry.
You just go to one.
How many fast food restaurants will give you one fry? And then like, what's the type of fry they give you?
The shitty one, because they're mad.
Yeah. The McDonald's search is seeming like. I thought maybe on Google Maps it would help me out. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 below Bryant Park.
That's on 40th?
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 below Central Park.
What street's that on?
Like 59th?
Okay, so times 3.
32, 33, 34, 35. No, it's going to spread out because Central Park exists.
Also, it's going to be
34, 35,
less
36.
touristy.
Yeah. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. I think it's going to be a little over 50.
I mean...
42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. 48? But no, 49, 50, 51. Every time you do search more, some pop up. When I would go back and visit my friends in Illinois, I went to middle school in Illinois, and then I moved to Connecticut and then to California, but I would go back and visit my friends in Illinois. And we had just got our licenses then, because we were going to high school, and in Illinois, you still got it at like 16 or 15 and a half. So they were like sophomore, you could drive.
Right.
And we would do scavenger hunts, and I would always put it together. You'd split up into 2 teams and do scavenger hunts. But I would always do like weird shit. Or not weird shit, like really mundane. Like it was who could find the longest blade of grass was one. And that got like, what's grass? You know?
Oh my.
Because someone went to the marsh. And iPhones didn't exist. Google wasn't on your phone, so it was just kind of yelling. Maybe we texted ChaCha. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah. Never used it, but I know.
You never used it?
Oh.
It was a human at first. They changed it to like a robot.
It was a human?
Yeah, and ChaCha's first
answering.
Yeah, in ChaCha's first like couple years, it was a texting service that someone would work for ChaCha from home, you know, and they would just have the app, and you would text ChaCha, which was just whatever that is, like 4 on your phone, the CHA. And we would text them all the time. We're like, hey, what should we get for dinner? And it's just a person. And they'd be like, get steak, you know. And then one time we were driving to Santa Barbara in 2009, and we were super lost, and no one had a smartphone then. And it was after hours, so you couldn't go into a store and ask someone, or we had no idea. We were trying to go to Santa Barbara for the Halloween party in college, and we texted ChaCha. We pulled over at a random house. We're like, can you give us directions to Santa Barbara University from 49 Bloomfield Road? And they just texted us they Googled it and then just copy and pasted the bullet points of Google Maps in a text from ChaCha. It was very useful.
A person or a robot?
No, a person. They changed it to a robot later on, but ChaCha was kind of fun. Should we invite Mark over? Nah. You get like human answers like that.
Right.
Do you like him? Nah. No. So ChaCha was cool. Probably lasted a year.
Do you think we text it now?
No.
Nothing would happen?
No. ChaCha was cool. And there was another website around that time that was kind of cool. It was like Stumble Upon. You ever seen that? I wonder if that's still the website. Stumble Upon. It was like, I Is that what it's called? Yeah, Stumble Upon. It was like a ad. You would just go to stumbleupon.com and it would bring up it looks like you have to pay for it now. You would bring up a random website. Like a website didn't have a lot of traffic, but then it's like a randomizer for the internet.
Do you know...
You would hit stumble and it would just bring you up to a random place.
That's funny. Do you know that website? And now I forget the name of it. It's like Tom Answers or something.
Ask Jeeves?
No. But this was a website where you put in a question in the first line. The second line, you have to type out, Tom, will you please answer my question?
Oh, I can't remember.
But you hit the space bar, and whatever you type was the answer. And then you hit the space bar to finish. Something like that.
But you would play a prank on someone.
Yes.
Like you knew it and they didn't. Yeah.
They're like, how do they know I'm wearing a green shirt?
Yeah. I remember that. I do remember that.
What was it called?
I forget, but it was like a trick.
Chat?
I forget.
But yeah, it was a great trick. You get your younger cousins on that one. Whew.
Yeah.
They're looking out the window where Tom is. So funny.
Yeah. All right. Did we talk about everything? Because I got to go to the bathroom and get ready for Eddie and friends.
I mean, we could We're over an hour, but if you briefly want to explain what we're doing today.
We're doing
at the warehouse.
We're doing a Challenger series today, which is crazy because we did Blitzball Battle 3 Sunday. We were like, oh, do we really have to play? And they're down there practicing, which is good. And this Challenger series is against Eddie and his friends. And and when we said like challenge us, we knew that we wanted to. Yeah, here it is. We knew that we wanted to challenge like blitzball leagues, college teams, the Savannah Bananas, and then we also wanted just random friends to be able to come challenge us. This is the first version of that. So we have no idea if these guys are going to be like able to compete and joke around and have fun. Hopefully they're not assholes. The email was, first off, I'd like to say my friends and I love watching the Warehouse wiffle ball vids. We live in Brooklyn. We love playing wiffle ball. 2 summers ago, my friend Daniel put in a wiffle ball field in his backyard. What started with just some dirt and base would later become our weekly hangout spot with foul post baselines, a home run wall, and a strike zone. After hours and hours of playing the past couple of years, I think that our 5 best would put up a good fight, and it would be an awesome experience to get the chance to play in the Warehouse. Let us know what you think. And they send pictures of their field. But we don't have Jack, Nikki, or Zoe today, which is probably the 3 best players on the Challenger Series. We have me, Jake, Jolly can hit, Joez, who can hit, can't pitch, and Panic, who can pitch, but he's never like done it in actual like on video competition. And Jake and I got to do a lot of pitching, and it's going to be a mess. So I don't know if those other 3 know the whole scene of the Challenger Series. Like that we're going to go in the locker room and we're going to change together and we're going to listen to music. We're going to get amped up.
They don't know.
And Eddie and his friends, I don't know if they know that we have jerseys for them.
Yeah.
That the jerseys say potential losers. That's their team name. All right, it's the Challengers versus the potential losers, which is about as close to my sense of humor as you could possibly get. Yeah, Jimmy named the opponent team the potential losers. Because I'm not calling them losers nor guaranteeing it. I'm just saying they are potential losers in this matchup. All right, I got to go because I got to go to the bathroom and then I got to change. And I'm getting jealous because Jake's getting loose and all that. And that's the episode.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Goodbye. Subscribe if you enjoy. Bye.